Recording in progress.
We're rejoicing going on today.
Yes. Okay, please join me for the invocation. Holy Mother God, great healing spirit, we thank you for this beautiful day, and we thank you for the opportunity to get together and to join in the beautiful energy here right now. We ask that you be here along with all our loved ones, guides, healers, angels, and any beings of the light that wish to be with us. In the name of all that is holy, amen.
Amen.
The great commandment that is present in all, without exception, all major religions of the world is to love one another as we would like to be loved ourselves, or to treat one another as we would like to be treated ourselves. And as I've been thinking about that, I've been thinking that, today's world is kind of crazy. Doesn't really matter what your politics are, or what your personal beliefs are, or whatever. There's going to be something that's going to make us angry, or going to make us upset, or going to make us go, what in the heck is going on? But while that may affect us deeply inside, and it may make us really concerned about ourselves and concerned about the world, that should not affect the way we treat others. No matter what they say, no matter what they do. And I understand there's a few exceptions. I mean, if somebody wants to do you physical harm, then, you're not going to stand around and say, but I love you so much. That's just not the way the world works. But if it's just someone who's spouting something that you don't agree with, or trying to convince you of something that you don't agree with, what harm does it do simply to say, hey, I can't do it right now, I'll talk to you later? If that upsets the other person, well, that's up to the other person. But that is a very gentle way of taking yourself out of the situation, taking ourselves out of a situation that maybe we can't handle right now. And it's simply a recognition, hey, the fact that I can't handle this is on me. It's not on you. I don't agree with what you do. I don't agree with what's happening. But my reaction to that is up to me. And I choose to treat the world, treat the people that I know, treat the people that I meet with love and respect. Most of you know that I've been a teacher most of my life. I think I came out of was born a teacher. But anyway, one of the things that some of my parents would tell me if their kid got in a squabble with another kid, and I would say, you guys apologize to each other. And they'd get all bent out of shape and come to me and say, my child doesn't have to apologize to that other child. They did this to me. And I said, but the respectful thing to do is just apologize, go on. It doesn't necessarily say you did something or they did something. Well, they have not done anything to earn my respect. And that's the statement that I don't understand. The fact that someone has to earn the respect of someone else. Now, I do believe that you can lose the respect of someone else. But I don't think that respect is yours to earn in the first place. The Master Jesus said, treat others as you would like them to treat you. That is the number one way, that's the number one word that says respect. Respect others. Respect doesn't mean like they're up here and you're down here. Respect means you're both human beings. We are all human beings, no matter how we feel, no matter what's going on in our worlds, no matter what. And that's the big message that I really wanted to bring today. And I don't really need to expound on it. I don't think I need to give any examples. I don't think, we need to take it there, because I think you all understand where I'm coming from with this. And I just ask that in this tumultuous situation, and granted, it is a tumultuous situation right now, no matter how you look at it, that the first thing we do before responding to someone else is take a deep breath and say, okay, we are both human beings. We can handle this respectfully. And if it starts getting crazy, walk away. Too many people are going postal. For those young sweet things, you might not know what going postal means, but that's how all of this stuff started, with the idea that you can just shoot somebody if you're upset with them. Somebody went into a post office one time many, many years ago and took their frustrations out on the people there. That's not necessary. Walk away. I understand it's easier said than done. And I understand that that's not a lesson that a lot of people get from their families of origin. But hey, we're all spiritualists. In spiritualism, the texts of every religion are accepted as having some validity. And yes, that means the one that's everybody's bugaboo this time now is Islam. It's a beautiful, beautiful religion if it's done correctly. Just as Christianity is a beautiful religion if it's done correctly. Just as Judaism is a beautiful religion if it's done correctly. I could go down and list the religions of the world and say that they're all beautiful religions if they are done correctly. Just because we don't necessarily believe with everything that this particular person or this particular text says doesn't mean it's not a good thing. So, I beg of you, just remember, treat others the way you would like yourself to be treated. Now that's my whole big 5-minute sermon, because another thing I wanted to bring up is the loss that this church has felt in the last week. And a lot of you have not been here to know Reverend Judy. But Reverend Judy was an absolutely amazing person. She was the epitome of respect for others. Okay? And I don't know what her son Sean has in mind. I know that when his dad passed, he said there wasn't going to be a service. I don't know whether there's going to be a service for Judy or not. So I don't want to step on any toes by doing a big service thing here. But I did want to remind us, that Judy was a rebel. As somebody this morning said, she was 1960s hippie all the way. She had her little pigtail, I think probably till almost the day she died. She did things like, when she decided, she was born in Wisconsin or Minnesota or one of those places up there. She decided when she was college age that she was going to go to a mainly black college. And it was strictly out of rebellion that she did it. So I think it was Wilberforce, it might have been Central State here in Ohio, which is where she met her husband Judy, her husband Woody. And Woody was a black man. Both of these souls were the kindest, gentlest people around. One thing Judy did was she did not make a decision without thinking about it first. Used to drive me absolutely up a wall. It's like, Judy, come on now, decide, make something up here. But she always thought about it. She looked at all different sides. And she didn't hesitate to tell me, and this is my personal testimony here, she didn't hesitate to tell me, hey, Mary Lynn, take a breath, think about it. We don't need to make the decision tomorrow. There's absolutely nothing that we need to decide about right this instant, except, possibly we're going to put on the brakes for the car ahead of us, something like that. But I just wanted to mention a few words about Reverend Judy because I wanted to honor her today. Like I said, I don't know what's going on as far as memorial services. So if any of you guys have anything they'd like to share about Reverend Judy, I would be more than happy to turn the floor over to you. So I know several of you here knew her. Rick, you're nodding your head. You're going to come up here and speak? Okay. Okay. That's fine. Nobody has to say anything. But I just brought her up, number one, like I said, I wanted to honor her memory here at church. And number two, hey, if you did know Reverend Judy, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you didn't know Reverend Judy, just remember, you know, even keeled. She was the most even keeled person I know, but that little head of hers was constantly thinking about what was right, how to treat people, what to do, and the best way to present herself to the world. And right now, she is absolutely one of my heroes. If she were here in this world, she'd be telling you the exact same thing. So hopefully, I understand she came through last week, so, you know, hopefully we'll hear from her more often. So, that was short and sweet and quick, but that's basically all I had to tell you. So, we are going to go on to the meditation. So, you can hit the lights, start the music, sit comfortably in your chair, however you sit for your meditation is fine. Take a deep breath in, blow it out. Deep breath in, blow it out. One more deep breath in. We're actually going to take a walk on the dark side. I want you to imagine yourself in a dark place, whether it's physically dark, whether it's emotionally dark, however a dark place is for you. Now, I want you to ask for one of your guides to come in, possibly your protector, your doctor teacher, your joy guide, your doctor chemist, or even your master teacher, or one of our outer band guides. And ask that guide, to lead you through the darkness. And just follow that guide and listen to what that guide has to tell you. Take a minute to think about one of the things in the world that bothers you the most right now, that gets under your skin the most right now, however you want to say it. And ask your guide, whether it's the same one or a different one, to help you figure out how to deal with that particular thing. And now talk about how you're going to get rid of that dark place in yourself. Not only how to deal with it, how to manage it, but how to totally get rid of it. Now you can thank your guides for coming to you and for their help. And you can bring yourself out of that place of darkness if you're not already out of it. And remember, as we come back into this world, remember that our guides are always there to help us out of those places of darkness. No matter how serious those places are, our guides are always there to help us. So whenever you're ready, come back to this room. Let us know somehow or another that you're back. Wiggle your fingers or toes, rearrange yourself, however. Okay, I think we're ready for the lights.